Hello, dreamers. Welcome back to the Dream Stream. I am Yiskah Cook, here with Dream Sister, fellow dream worker, Ellen Ronis. Hey, Ellen.
Hey, Yiskah, how's it going? How's it
Going
going,
okay.
everybody?
It's going okay. Yeah.
Mm.
So you said you had been dreaming a lot, but then you feel like, because we spoke, Ellen and I spoke privately, we thought, well, some dreams we don't want to go public on. And we had a conversation. So did you think we did all of those dreams?
Yeah, they were all, possibly things to talk about, but we sort of already did a little bit. I mean, we didn't really work on them. So, we
Yeah,
could,
it's true.
yeah.
And as Jeremy Taylor always said, there's always more than one meaning.
There's always more, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have so much writing in here that I can't find like what's a dream and what's other things. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. I can talk about.
You don't have a dream journal. You just put it all together with other writing.
I have I don't have a specific dream journal. I have a journal. And then my journal has turned into writing because I've been writing a lot and taking writing class and just absolutely loving writing. But it's all gotten mixed in. So yeah, I don't really have a specific. I probably should do that, but I never did. I always mixed it up.
I'm just thinking because it will make it easier. You could do, I don't know if you'll want to. Once I decided, I have like close to 30 dream journals, from many, 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 many years of writing down my dreams. And once I decided I wanted to kind of correlate it in that like animal dreams would have the green tab, and I would put all the animal dreams have the green tab. And then, dreams of our deceased loved ones would have the pink tab, and et cetera, et cetera. And so now I never did anything with that knowledge or with that new organization. But now many of my journals have sticky tabs on the pages.
That's interesting. That's an interesting way to do it, actually. Yeah. It would be good to just have a dream journal, but I just, what happens is I have a dream and then I write the dream and then I riff on it, especially first thing in the morning. That's like when I want to write the most. And then I start riffing on it, or I start talking about something else or something that it reminded me of. And I don't know, just ends up being journaling, kind of journaling.
Yes.
I'm going to turn my light on because it looks very kind of strangely, eerily blue.
Oh, yeah. It's nice because mine's a little darker too, but all my lights are on.
There we go. That's a little more normal, even though I have this thing going on up here, but oh well.
Right. It's not glaring. It's fine.
Good. Yeah. What were we saying?
Well, we were talking about not having
not having a dream journal. Yeah.
Dream journal. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that your way isn't also good.
It's exactly. And that is something I'm learning through my writing, actually, that like whoever we are is okay.
It is. It's
how you dream, how you remember, if you don't remember, if you do whatever, we're all okay the way we are. It's so easy to compare ourselves, right? It's just,
it's good. It's good to always grow and always be open.
Totally.
And learn.
Yeah.
But
totally,
also
of course.
Accept who we are on this path of learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rather than hating ourselves or wishing we were different or wishing we were more like somebody else or we did it like that. Or
poison right there.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's so exhausting. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a good place to be.
Yeah. So speaking of exhausting, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the last dream stream, but I was talking with our fellow dream worker, Brendan Merritt. He's also very much a spiritualist. He has a lot of knowledge. And I was talking a bit about the work I've been doing, the meditative work in the liminal space, and how it's constantly building it and building it and building this prayer cathedral. And he was saying it's hard work, and I said it's exhausting, or it can be.
Mhm.
It can be. Often I go to sleep like, I just want to fall asleep. I'm too tired to pray. So what I started doing just yesterday and now today also is I'm having a cup of coffee right now, and
Mhm.
I just want to be able to be wakeful enough to take this. You're having coffee right now.
It's really my leftover morning coffee. There's about this much left, but still a little sip in the
I used
afternoon.
to I used to just drink coffee, didn't matter what time I had my last cup because I was so tired. Anything, I
Yeah,
could sleep through anything. But then I started noticing it was harder to fall asleep when I had coffee later.
it is.
But
I
now
find it that way.
I'm going to deliberately do this again so that there's no question about me having the energy to do my healing and prayer meditations.
It's a very beautiful thing that you're doing, this prayer meditation. It's just beautiful. And I'm really appreciative, like just for you, for yourself, and for whomever you are praying for. And you
Yeah.
do it. You do it so consistently. I'm very impressed with that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I have
Yeah.
been since the spring, I think, right? When did I start? I don't even
It was
remember.
a long time. I mean, you've been doing
Yeah.
that for some time. Yeah, I
And there's more
yeah.
about
Any
people, I just find out. I was speaking with a friend of mine and he was talking about his dad was in the hospital. And I asked him, well, can I mean, most people will say yes if you say, can I pray for him? But this was someone I was able to say, I'm doing a lot of work in the imaginal realm and I'd like to bring him into my prayer cathedral, and this friend of mine was like, great, thank you. Like no judgment, but it was a little
Mhm. That's
crazy.
cool.
It's not that I
Yeah.
don't know that. It's just
Yeah.
that I think there's something way more important
Hmm.
than,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm totally on a higher level, I think. And
yeah,
even people, if I'm hearing what you're saying, it's like even people who don't normally sort of operate on that level are going to be
yeah,
like, you should, yes, please.
yeah, oh,
Because we
yes,
all have like that, yeah, I think that we can all appreciate that,
yeah.
even if we don't live in that world.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my work is to not live in that world, but to like try to stay grounded. Because I know I can be a
Mhm.
little out there. That's my
Mhm.
proclivity. But
Mhm.
I think my work is to find things that will root me
Mhm.
to consensus reality, as Brendan always calls our daily lives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Consensus reality. That's it. It
Mhm.
depends on which camp you're in, which consensus reality you're
Right.
you're choosing to be associated with.
Exactly. Exactly. Why, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And at this point, I mean, I know it's gonna sound silly, but at this point, my mom passed away when I was 25. My dad passed away this year. I have no more shits to give. It's like, of course I
Mhm.
care what my immediate family think of me, but of course we can't let that dictate who we are. We have to stay strong in our individuality. But now, it's like, what do I care? My two beloveds parents are not here on the earth anymore. So,
Mhm.
you know, yeah, I don't know why I feel like that gives me more rain to be
Mhm.
kooky.
Mhm.
But
Well, it's
it does.
interesting how much connection. I was just talking about this with someone this morning about how I still feel like, I need my mother.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
61 years old. What do I need her? But
yeah,
and I mean, I love my mother, but there's something in, it's almost like, we're forever the child in a way,
yeah, yeah, for
even
sure.
though, really, really not at this point, but
I
there's
know.
something, yeah, there's something in that, I,
Sorry, that's my
yeah,
son calling.
yeah,
Yeah,
just wondering about that. Like, do we still, when our parents are still alive and we still have a connection with them, do we still kind of want to do things to please them? Or do we still kind of want to do things that are in their wheelhouse instead of your wheelhouse, which is going to be totally different?
oh, what a
You
good
know?
question.
Yeah,
So true. So
it is a
true.
good question. That's a good
You
thing to
know,
ponder on. Maybe we'll
I
dream
think
on that one.
I think we'll, I don't know if I can make this a blanket statement of, collective statement, but I think I'm just going to say it that way. I think we're all longing for our parents' approval and encouragement. And, uh, it's just a way of expressing their love. If they can be supportive. So I think,
Mhm.
yeah, it doesn't matter how
Yeah.
old we get.
Right. Well, I wonder too if it's because we didn't really quite get what we needed in a certain way. And so we can constantly maybe hope that something will be different with them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I wonder about that for myself. You know, do I think that if I just approach my mom differently, will I get a different result? Right. It's like
Right.
we
Yeah.
do that with
Yeah.
everything. We
Yeah.
just keep trying to do the same thing over and over to get a different result. And I don't know
It's
that
the
it'll really
definition of
work.
insanity. That's Einstein's definition of insanity.
Right,
Doing the
right.
same thing over and over and expecting
Yeah,
a different result.
yeah. Probably best to leave that one. Leave that one alone.
Well,
Oh my
I
goodness.
last night, because I have the prayer imaginal realm, active imagination. I have the prayer cathedral, and then I give thanks. I leave the prayer cathedral, and I have a whole healing ritual. And lately, I've been, or not lately, but starting yesterday, or maybe just, it's always like so in the moment, all these things I'm learning and that I want to share. So maybe it was 2 days ago, I realized I need to take my mother off the council of advisors that I have in my imagination and bring her into my healing, into the healing
Hmm.
space. Because I need my mom. I need my mom, and so I feel like my mom will work really well together with Raj, if you're Rabbi Jesus. So, so yeah, and now I'm thinking I'm going to bring the whole council tonight into my healing space, and just see how that is. They don't
Yeah,
usually, they're not usually there.
yeah.
They're,
Maybe there's something you feel like we're all needing, more than usual.
yeah, yes. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
as I know, listeners, if you're a little bit lost, for a while I've been working on, so I'm working a lot with the imagination. And I've been, for a while, I have a council of deceased elders, although they don't have to be older, who sit on the council, who advise me, or who I just have, they're my allies. These are my allies. And so, and now this other work I'm doing, the prayer and then the healing, I'll see, right? Why not bring it all together?
Definitely. I like that. I like
Yeah.
it. Absolutely. I think, the more the merrier, and the more the deeper, and the more
Yes.
the more energy,
Right, 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 right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah. I think we need it a lot now. I think we need a lot of support, prayers,
Yes,
help. Yeah, definitely.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So I don't know. I don't know about dreams today, really. I mean, we did talk about that one with Tim and Tim and Tim and Tim. Reading that one.
oh, that's actually a really interesting one.
It is kind of an interesting dream. Maybe that would be good to share with our
Yeah,
listeners. Even
let's
though you
let's
and I
do
talked about
that.
it already, but we didn't really analyze it. I just kind of said it to you.
Yeah,
Um,
I gave immediate, projections.
yeah,
These
yeah,
are my
yeah.
dreams.
So does this feel like a good segue into
I think so, and I just want to say, and so our listener knows, at the end of exploring Ellen's dream, I want to spend a couple of moments saying all of the myriad things we are thankful for
I love
in
it.
this world now that we're coming upon
I
Thanksgiving.
love it.
Yes,
Yeah, I love it because we need that too. We need more and more and more gratitude and things to be thankful
absolutely.
for, because God knows, yeah, life is tricky for all of us
God
these
knows.
days.
God
God
knows. We
knows.
have
God knows.
gratitude. Absolutely.
Raj knows.
Yeah.
Rabbi Jesus knows for sure.
For sure.
Okay, so the dream is, let's see if I can just read. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of wing it. I am on a front porch of a house that when I shared it with you, I said it seemed either like Brooklyn, where I used to live, or Buffalo, where I also used to live.
Yes.
But I think it was more like Buffalo, which is college for me, college years, long time ago. So it's one of these big sort of Victorian houses with the front porch, which I did live in, actually,
Yes. Yes.
type of thing. And I'm helping Tim move out. And there's this phone, like an old-fashioned phone with the cord on
Yes.
the outside of the house.
Yes.
But it's old-fashioned, but it's also kind of high-tech at the same
Okay.
time.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to make a phone call to, let's see, who was I calling?
I don't think we
Oh,
ever discussed that.
so
did we?
Tim and I were supposed to be at a therapy session.
Oh,
And I was calling, and you had to
Oh.
like ask for an operator, like that was the old fashioned part, where you
Yes.
plug it into,
Yes.
operator, connect me with whatever. So I was calling the therapist to say that that we weren't going to make it because I was helping Tim move, but it was like, okay, I think I need to read it because
I
the
think so.
effect of the Tim and Tim and Tim and Tim thing
Yeah, I think so.
was on the front porch of a house that was Tim's, but it seemed like Buffalo or Brooklyn. There was a phone, an old-fashioned phone, a dial phone outside on the house. You had to ask an operator for help. It was also high tech. I was supposed to be with Tim at a therapy session, but I was with Tim helping him move. Or maybe I was moving. I was trying to call Tim from this weird phone to tell him I wouldn't be making it because I got caught up with helping Tim move.
Yes.
The hell? And then across the street, there was a van or a truck that had run into a big giant pile of garbage. And our appointment was supposed to be at noon. Somehow
Oh
I
my
felt like
God,
that was
did we not even cover that metaphor?
what the garbage, the pile of garbage. I don't think we
It's a
did
pile
actually.
of garbage there.
The pile of garbage in front of the house. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, I love this dream somehow.
It's,
And
I
just
mean,
the way,
that's like the lazy man's metaphor.
yeah, it kind of
Lazy
is,
man's
right?
dream
Like
metaphor.
that's not even a metaphor,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It's just like, hello. Yeah, a big truck running into, I mean, yeah. But the thing about the Tim and the Tim, I was with
Yes.
Tim, but I was supposed to be helping Tim. But I
And
was
you're
with Tim
calling
doing
Tim.
something.
Is that a
was-
third Tim that you are calling?
No, it was like two separate Tims.
Okay.
It was like, but it was the same person. It was the
Yes.
same Tim, but in the way
Yes.
the way that I felt it and heard it and wrote it, it was like I'm supposed to be helping Tim, but it wasn't like I was, yeah, it was just, it was very strange. Just
Yes.
has a real, it's very strange. I was with him
Yes.
and him over there, but I was helping him over here, but I was supposed
Yes.
to be in therapy with him, which was interesting because, we're obviously divorced for many years now, and we did do therapy, but it was already done by the time we started therapy. So, but anyway, and it didn't have like, there was no pining for Tim or anything. It wasn't really about him. I mean, it must have been because
Really good.
his name was in that dream like 6 times.
Right.
But
and do you have a title for this dream?
The Tims.
Tim to the fourth power.
The Tim to the fourth power.
Okay. And do you remember how you felt when you woke up?
I don't really remember how I felt, but I know I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel, yeah, it almost just had the feeling of, oh, I'm helping somebody move and I couldn't make it to this other thing and it's okay. And I'm just doing this thing. It didn't,
Okay.
yeah, it didn't really, I had more of a feeling when I woke up from it, and when I wrote it down, I was just like, that is so curious.
Yes,
You know, that
okay.
I was here with this version of him, but I was supposed to be somewhere else with him, but I couldn't, you know, the
So
communication.
what would you like to know from the dream?
I guess, like, was
Good
this,
question.
first of all, was this, you know, who is Tim? I mean, we all know, those of you who have been following, you know, who Tim is, but my ex-husband, in case you don't
We
know,
all
but
know.
we all know. But
Yeah,
and you know, it's been what, oh God, I don't know, 10 years. It's been a
yeah,
long 9 years maybe since we've been divorced, but he does appear in my dreams in different ways, less
quite
and
often.
less. Hmm?
Less and less, it's true. I
Less
say
and
quite
less.
often, but without recognizing that it is less and less.
It
I just
absolutely is.
I just listened to our first Dream Stream episode that we had done together, which was episode 12, I believe.
Oh wow.
And it was the first of many, many, many Dream Stream
Many.
podcast episodes. But it was, so because even then was a dream about Tim. And then, there's been others throughout.
Yeah.
But I guess it was just a very formative marriage for you and part of your life. And
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's yeah, I don't know. This dream feels to me like it isn't him at all. It's like, I don't know, what would it be representing? Like somebody familiar, um, you know, partnership.
right,
Um, it isn't about him. And
right,
you know, I think in early years, the earlier dreams, it was about me and relationship to him. And it was definitely like this entanglement in my mind, in my heart, that, you know, was kind of needing to pull apart. I don't, I'm done. I'm
yeah.
long time done with
It
that.
really feels
So
like that to me.
yeah, so this is like, you came up with something when we talked about this privately, and now I'm not remembering. Um,
My projection around this is that, you know, first of all, I'm helping him move. So what does that
uh,
mean? Move out of my psyche.
right,
Making
that's right.
him
That's what it
move
was.
out of my psyche now.
Yeah, that
And
is
then,
what, that's right.
and I was calling I'm saying couples therapist because that's what
Hmm.
me. And I'm saying, oh, I'm not gonna make it. So I'm not gonna make it. I'm not working on this anymore. This is the past. So you can move right out of my life now. But what
Hmm.
about the truck now? He's in one piece,
It
he's
was just
standing
like
on the truck.
I just saw this truck across the street that had run into, you know, like run up against a
Like,
big pile of garbage. It
like
just seemed very
it
random. And
wasn't a garbage truck.
no, it wasn't a garbage truck. And
Okay.
I don't even know it was a van or a truck, or I don't know whether it was our moving van, or I didn't feel like it was mine or his. It was just
Yes,
something that I
yes,
just noticed
yes.
across the street happening. And
And what was
running
he
into
doing?
it.
He was waiting to go to the therapist? He
I
was just
didn't actually
waiting.
see him in the dream at all. I don't know where he was.
Just
I mean, he was,
moved.
you know, supposedly in the house maybe or whatever. Like, I didn't see him at all in the
Yes,
dream. I just knew he was there. I was either
yeah.
he was helping me move or I was helping him move, or
Such a good metaphor. Help move out, move
mhm.
out. Reminds me, friends of mine who have been like quite pregnant and like ready to pop and said, yeah, I'm hanging the eviction notice in my room. Like it's time to move out. Like start your life.
Out of here.
So your rent is
Yeah.
due and it's time to vacate. So I find that really great. Like it's time for him
Yeah.
to leave
Yeah.
my
And
subconscious.
there's something about the phone too, that it was like old fashioned,
Yes,
like
yes,
my something from my past and something from the future, because it was old fashioned, but it was something technological about it. And I don't know what, but there was also
yes.
some technology that was sort of more futuristic or more modern. And so something about the past and the present, you know, and
Wow.
that Tim and this other Tim, and I'm not doing the therapy with you. I'm not working that anymore. I'm
Yeah,
moving you out.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I'm moving you out. Yeah. Which is really interesting because I don't think about him at all. I mean, once in a
Yeah,
blue
I know.
moon.
He's just like stuck in your subconscious.
He's definitely stuck. Yeah. I feel like I mentioned this once before to you. I have a friend who does like kind of shamanic energy work. And she did a session with me once, and Tim wasn't even on my, he was the furthest thing from my thoughts. But when we were done with the session, she said, I feel like Tim holds, and she doesn't even know him. I mean, I've only known her for a few years, but she
Right.
obviously knows of him. She said, he takes up too much room in your heart. And I'm like, what? He's fucking still there? Yeah. Oh my God.
Not
So
anymore.
maybe not anymore.
Maybe not.
Get out of here.
It's really
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
And
It's
of
kind of
course, I
funny.
mean, not to beat a dead horse, but of course, garbage or trash,
Mhm.
there's some toxic things about our relationship.
Yeah.
It's time not to have that in my life anymore.
Yeah.
Bring in the bulldozer.
Yeah. Get that trash out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be running into it or
No.
seeing
Stepping
it.
in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stepping in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to also say that when I sort of feel into the whole thing, there was something really lovely about the house. And I love those kind of old Victorian houses that have the front porch, you walk
Yeah.
up a few stairs and then there's this whole front porch. And
Yes.
both Brooklyn Brooklyn didn't really have that front porch. Some people had that, but yeah,
Okay.
I've lived in houses like that before a couple different times. And, there was something that felt like cozy in my heart about that home.
Yes.
And
Oh, I see. No, that reminds me so much of Brooklyn, and I think we did talk about this when we were
Mhm.
exploring that my friend, soon to be ex-husband, grew up in Brooklyn, and they had just a floor-wide phone on the wall for anyone from any of the different apartments, and they had to go through an operator, and they had certain numbers or whatever, and
Mhm.
that's what they did. They didn't have
Mhm.
private phones, individual houses. So that's why I was thinking Brooklyn, but you feel more it's Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely felt
Tell,
more like
tell
Brooklyn.
me, tell me 3 things from when you went to college in Buffalo. 3 things about yourself.
Um, I was barely self-aware. I was pretty spaced out most of the time,
Okay.
like pretty numb.
Yeah.
I was an artist and at Buffalo State, that was my training was in art,
Beautiful.
and it was cold.
Oh, I bet it was.
Well,
Mm.
yeah.
Syracuse was cold too. That's why I had to transfer.
Hmm?
It probably had more to do with SAD, the seasonal affective disorder. The dark and the clouds and the cold and the ice and the
Mhm.
snow. I went to Syracuse my freshman year.
Oh yeah.
Then
Okay.
I transferred to University of Colorado because I
Hmm.
needed sun. I needed
Yeah,
sun.
I get it. I know. I don't know why, I didn't choose to go to Florida. It wouldn't have made a difference really. I just picked Buffalo because it's where Lydia was going. I don't know. I really had no idea how to pick a
Okay.
school. And, our parents didn't help they didn't know how to help us. They just didn't, I don't know. Now I think parents fill out all the applications for the kids. They write all their
I didn't do
stuff.
that for Phelan. I'm not
No,
a
I don't think you
helicopter.
should. I think it's
Not a
really,
helicopter parent. I'm like,
no.
this is not true. I'm gonna say it. Oh, I shouldn't say it. I was gonna say, I'm hardly interested. I didn't say that. Of course I'm interested. But it's their thing,
Yeah, it's their life. I mean,
yeah, they
I
need
think
to,
yeah,
I don't
I
think
think
I'm enough.
guidance is
I hope
good, but hovering over them, not so good. Yeah. Anyway, that's my dream world. And I've been writing a ton and I've been really processing a lot in my writing. And it's been very enjoyable to read it to a group of women who are incredibly supportive and
love it.
yeah, with whom I feel really incredibly safe with in the process. And they give me amazing feedback about my writing. Like I can actually write. Who knew? So I'm
Yeah,
loving it.
I love that. I love
Another
And it's like,
Another form
okay,
of expression.
so segueing into our gratitude giving,
Yes.
honor of Thanksgiving. This
Yes.
used to be my mom's favorite holiday. You know, she also grew up with a fairy tale, the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving with the natives, and whether I have no idea how much of that is accurate or none of it or whatever, but the meaning for me is really about gratitude
Yeah.
and giving thanks. And so, yes, so you're thankful. What was that to the writing group?
I'm very grateful to the women in this writing group and to the teacher, who I happen to know when I was a kid. I mean, we've
Oh,
known each other
good.
since
That's amazing.
elementary school, child, little, but we didn't know each other that well, but our families knew each other and, whatever. So yeah, anyway, and we ended up reconnecting, and she's a writer and a teacher, and I'm so grateful to her and so grateful to these women in the class, just beyond. And I'm,
Wonderful.
yeah,
I
that's
am so grateful to my sons, to Phelan, who's my 24-year-old, who's, he's just so responsible. He's just a good guy. He's helping me through some of bureaucratic things that are tough for me, but he's a different person. And I'm really so grateful for my 11-year-old, even though he did confiscate all of my paraphernalia earlier. You didn't take it, you threw it out. So, but that's okay. I'm just glad he's like so fired up about what he's learning. He said, I know from the cops, like smoking and vaping. And I'm like, it's really good that you know that. And I said, but there is a difference between medical marijuana. But I think I've been using that as a blanket statement.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm proud of him, whatever. He did what he did. I will.
That's really cool. That's really, yeah, there's something very heartful about that. And also, yeah, that he's standing up for what he knows and what he
He
believes.
loves me. He doesn't want
And
me
he
to
loves you. He doesn't want, yeah.
die, and I love him. But
Mm.
I will be going through the trash. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I'm grateful for these kids. I just am so grateful for both of you.
Mm.
Your turn.
That's beautiful. I am grateful for this place that I live, which, I have complained about in a certain way over the years. But I'm grateful because, well, for many reasons, really, but just I can't find any other place to live that I can afford. I mean, I don't even have a word for it. It is so unbelievable what's going on price wise. It's
Yeah.
just it's madness,
And
truly
we're not
madness.
really middle America people. We're like,
No, this is like people who are from Santa Fe, like natives, Hispanics, ordinary, whatever people
yes.
cannot afford. Everyone is getting priced out of their places. People are like scrambling. Nobody knows where to go.
Right.
There are all these buildings going up, because it's
Oh,
very obvious to our local government that we need more housing. So they're putting
yes.
more housing up, but it's not affordable housing.
Oh my
It's just
God.
like, who the hell, the people from California are moving in there, but
Yeah.
us, ordinary, whatever, middle to
We
lower.
have the New York population moving up to New
It's the
Paltz.
same thing. It's the same
Same
exact
thing.
thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been looking
Yes.
into New York too. It's the same thing.
Yes.
So anyway, never mind that. But I've been looking and really desirous of moving
Wait, this
closer
is
into
the
town. But
gratitude. This is
yeah,
gratitude.
so that's what I'm saying is I'm so grateful that I actually have this place
Yeah.
that I pay very, very low rent, and it's very, very decent.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even though there's things that I would prefer, that
Sure.
I'm so grateful that I have a place to live while I, search for my dream home.
And I am so grateful similarly to have this wonderful home to live in, which,
Mhm.
as many people have heard, I'm in the middle of divorce proceedings, and then we mostly are separated, except for we both are co-owners of the house. So I know soon I'm not going to have it, and there's nowhere else I can afford in this town. But my
Are you
kids,
going to have to move?
I have no idea. No
Mm,
idea what's going to happen.
mm.
And if I have to move, I'm not going to be able to afford to live in this school district.
Oh, that seems cruel. I really hope. I hope it doesn't come to that.
And I don't want to rent because, well, first of all, there's nowhere to rent, hardly anywhere. But also because I just don't want to be moving. I'm so bogged down by stuff. I just don't want to have to move more than once,
I don't blame you.
in the near future.
Yeah, I don't
So,
blame you.
but this is me complaining, so I'm so grateful for this home. I want to say a couple things about it. So you can't see it because it's night, but outside my house, I have a stream that's filled up from springs. There are springs at SUNY New Paltz on the college campus that bubble up into these lakes, and then they flow down. It's a stream that flows right here by my house. So I can hear, there's like a man-made waterfall. I can hear the water. And I'm so grateful for that. It's my own white noise,
That's so nice. I didn't realize that. I mean, I've been to your house, quite a few times. I never noticed that.
especially after a big rain, and then you hear it
Mm,
flowing even harder.
nice.
And I have also there's a nest of hawks in my backyard, in a tree in
Wow.
my backyard. And they had baby hawks.
Mm,
And we have always had one hawk who lives around here who's been spotted on various trees in my yard. But this year, he or she got themselves a mate, and then they had hawklets. What do you call them? Hawklets, right? But so I'm just out of this world grateful for this natural beauty
mm.
that I am so honored to live amongst.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And you do live in a beautiful setting. It's really
Yeah.
nice where you are. Yeah. I mean, the Hudson Valley altogether, New Paltz, but your home specifically is gorgeous. Beautiful trees around and your deck in the back. And
Love the trees. I
yeah,
love
really nice.
the
Yeah.
named trees. They all have, many of my trees have names,
Uh-huh.
and I'll say no more about that because we're talking. Your turn. What are you grateful for?
Uh, what else? I'm grateful that I'm healthy, even though I had COVID, but I'm super healthy. I have no repercussions, no long-term symptoms,
Wonderful.
and I'm really grateful for that.
And I'm grateful. I used to always say I'm grateful even for the challenges, or I strive to be grateful even for the challenges. I would say that when thinking about having multiple sclerosis, because there's been so many gifts. I've learned so much having MS since 1996. So that's like 21 years. So is that maybe more? Can't do the math right now. I'm tired. Although I just had my coffee. No more, I'm tired. So really what I want to say is I'm grateful to have spiritual connection around the MS, and that I know this is something from spirit. I think I told you about before I was diagnosed with MS. I was journaling in front of my friend's wood stove when I lived in Colorado. She was up 4 Mile Canyon, and I was journaling in front of her wood stove, and pinpricks of letters, like fire in a pinprick letters, spelled out MS. And I was journaling and I wrote down visions of MS, and then I didn't know if it was VS, just the middle of the M, or VS, and this was before I was diagnosed. And so I always felt very strongly that I am accompanied by spirit in this. Spirit told me
Wow.
before anything happened,
Wow.
before
Yeah.
diagnosis. I mean,
That's
so
wild.
so I'm so grateful for that. So I could pray for my own healing. And I pray for a third act of my life. Life has been so wonderful. And here's another thing I'm grateful for. Life. Oh my
Mm,
gosh, what a privilege. What a privilege to be
mm,
alive.
mm,
There's
mhm,
so much to be grateful for
mm.
in this world. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm alive right now.
Mm,
And I do pray there's an act 3, a third act, because I want to be not compromised, in my movements, and balance and whatever. I want to live fully. I still want to travel. I guess I can't right now anyway, because COVID, but no, I guess, I don't know, maybe we can again. Uh, Whatever. I just want, I don't want the end of my life to be like kind of it was so high for so long. And then it's been like, I don't want it to be like a sad ending. I don't want it to be a
Yeah.
sad tale. When you talk about Jessica, Yiskah, it shouldn't end in sadness. It should end in triumph.
Yeah.
So glad that she was able to heal from MS and travel and fall in love and all this good stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to meet my partner before my life is over. I think that would be a great
I don't
treat.
see why that couldn't happen,
Yeah, right.
you
Right.
know? Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you. Okay. What are you grateful for? Last one.
Hmm. I'm grateful for all the amazing people in my life, even
Yeah.
though, they're far away, most of them. I mean, I have a handful here, but,
Yes.
people that I kind of love the most are not close by.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to still have such deep and rich connections with people who live mostly in New York and
Wonderful.
actually, so a little bit here and there too, California and
Yes.
Oregon. Yeah, just really grateful for my handful of really like besties.
Yeah. Awesome. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
So I'm gonna do a double last one. 'Cause
Mhm.
I guess the last two. I'm so grateful for my sister. She's so lovely. And as I said, both of our parents have passed now. And we're both in our 50s now. She's always been so generous and really honest with me. And I'm just grateful that I can trust her completely and not have to feel that, oh, she's doing something, behind my back, or, you know, selling jewelry and keeping all the money from it. Nothing like that. She's the opposite of greedy. She's a
Uh,
really good woman.
that's so nice. That's so wonderful to love your sister, love your sibling. I
Yeah.
love my siblings too. We sometimes struggle with one another, but
Yeah.
mostly I love them very much.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
I love, of course, also my friends so much. But the last thing I wanted to be grateful for is this podcast. I'm
Oh,
grateful for you for doing dream
oh,
work with me, to be my dream traveling companion. I feel like it's a depth, it's another level. It's like our friendship is not just, I was saying this recently, it's not just small talk. It's not just,
right. I was
a
going to say chit chat. Yeah,
or
exactly.
we could chat or from
Yeah.
a class, it's not that. It's,
Hmm.
it's years and years long, deep, deep sharing. And so
Yeah.
that I'm so grateful for that. And for
Yeah.
the listeners, and I really hope this podcast will get around. Because I know a lot of people are interested in dreams and in spirituality. So
Yeah. Yes, I also am so grateful to you for continuing to invite me to be part of this. And it's been a privilege and a pleasure, really. It's
yeah,
usually really fun, to just hang with you in this way and also to share dreams. And because it's not just the dream, right? As we've said that often enough, like the dreams kind of lead into like what's going on,
yeah,
where's
we
the
totally have deep
yeah.
conversations
Yeah,
brought
it
on by
promotes that.
dreams that we're having.
Yeah,
So
it promotes that. So I love that too. I love, deep and spiritual and philosophical quests and
yes,
conversations. I really appreciate
yes,
that a lot. Yeah.
me
I
too.
appreciate hanging
So
with you.
namaste, Ellen.
Namaste, my
Namaste,
friend.
world.
Namaste, listeners. Mm,
Namaste, listeners.
May you all have beautiful gratitude lists, sometimes we have to dig deep when things are difficult to find the gratitude, but
Yes.
yeah, just being present with what is.
And I'd love to encourage everyone to not do or don't, whatever your proclivity, but to share this feeling of gratitude with all of our relatives and friends that we are at the Thanksgiving table with. Because I think
Yeah.
it's really so good for people who don't live in a place of gratitude and love and like
Right.
imagination to be asked to like really reflect on what are they grateful for.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, I'm grateful for breathing. I'm grateful for the very breath in my lungs.
Yes. Breath is it. Breath is
Breath is
spirit and
good.
life, right?
Yeah.
It's what animates us. I'm curious. I mean, I don't know because it's your podcast, so I don't know whether you get feedback from listeners, but if you do, I'm curious, to know what listeners are grateful for.
Oh, I'd love
If
to
you want
know.
to like write in, or I don't know exactly how they do that, but
You can do that on my Facebook page. I have
mhm.
a Dream Stream Facebook page, and they can write in what they are grateful for.
Yeah, and also I'm very interested to know what listeners might like to hear that they're not hearing from us, or if there's something different that you might enjoy, or a
Yes,
different way of presenting things that you might enjoy. Might be
absolutely.
really interesting for us to know what you're thinking.
Yeah, and also I always have this invitation, but I don't know if it's just I'm just not receiving. Maybe there's a kink in the pipeline, but I would love for various people to call and work on the dreams with us or with
Yes.
whatever dream circle.
Yeah.
And I always say people should just message me at the dream stream, but nobody has been, or maybe they have been, but
Hmm.
I'm not the most techno savvy
Yeah, I
person.
think it needs to be somehow technologically really simple. Like
I
there
think
needs
so
to
too.
probably be something in the chat room or something that
Yes,
says, call this number,
yes. Okay,
Um, I don't know,
that's a good idea.
but that's only if people are live. If you're not live, then doesn't make sense.
Well, right, right.
Right. And a lot of people don't listen
Don't
to
have like
to
a
it live.
radio show or something where you can just
Yeah,
get in.
right.
Maybe one day that would be a cool thing to
Yeah.
have attached to this podcast is a call in. You can call in and ask your question or share your
Right.
dream, but that's not what we're set up for at the moment.
No, but even if there are listeners who would like to have a dream looked at or explored,
Yes,
to just what is it, contact you on your Facebook page, the dream stream Facebook
yes,
page,
yes.
and just write to Yiskah, Jessica. I call her Yiskah because that's how I was
I go by
introduced.
Yiskah in dream circles and in, synagogue circles
Yeah,
or Havurah
synagogue
circles.
circles, right? Yeah,
But most people in my life know me as Jessica, and I enter together.
yeah,
So
yeah. So you can do that, and then we can figure out how to connect with you, and how you can call in to us live. I think that would be fun.
I think that would be really fun.
Yeah,
And so, if we get contacted by someone, we could again just do a Zoom and have
yeah.
3 participants.
Anyway, we'll work out the details, and we don't need to
We'll
talk
work
about this
out
on
all
the
the
podcast.
bugs.
But to look forward to that. Look forward to. We'll have a little bit
Yes,
more technological savvy about it, and
yes.
we'll get you all to call in and work a dream.
We're learning so much every day.
Yeah. Oy. Okay.
Oy, Dios mío.
Ay, Dios mío.
All right,
Ay,
Ellen. Love to do dream work with you. So
love you. Love
love
you.
you.
Grateful for you for this, for all of
Grateful
you out there, for what
to you,
all that we
listener.
have that is good in this moment.
Amen.
Amen.
And to our listeners, Holamod Metukin,
Mm.
sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams to all. Bye bye.
Bye, Ellen.